All right, let's talk about becoming a parent. It's an absolute roller coaster, right? Well, today, we're jumping into comedian Gaurav Kapoor's hilarious journey through the wild, wild world of that first year of fatherhood. So, right out of the gate, Gaurav sets up this perfect comedic trap. You've got this huge societal expectation. A baby comes and your life is over. It's completely different. And then you have his reality, which is just, it's not that different. It's so simple, but it immediately gets you leaning in. And that kind of kicks off our first section here. We're diving into the big myth of fatherhood, where this idea of a brand new reality just smacks right into the old one, especially when the sun goes down. Okay, this is where Gaurav's theory really starts to cook. He paints this hilarious picture where his wife's life has been totally transformed, just turned upside down, while his is pretty much the same. And his whole justification for why he doesn't need to do the night shift, it's just comedy gold.
And here it is, the punchline to his whole argument. See, it's not that he's lazy. Oh, no. It's that the baby has assigned him a work schedule. He's basically just an employee. And, night shifts are outside his official hours. It's such a brilliant way to frame it.
But, as any new parent will tell you, those clever theories, they don't really survive contact with a real crying baby. And for Gaurav, that reality check comes hard and fast, in the middle of the night. This is where the comedy gets a little tense. The baby just will not eat. And the doctor was very clear. Only mother's milk, no powder. So all of a sudden, our laid-back dad is thrown into what feels like a life-or-death crisis at 3 in the morning.
So a solution appears, but with it comes this whole new, kind of scary level of technology, the breast pump. And this is a real moment. This is the turning point in the story. The sight of that machine in action just completely shatters his whole cool, detached vibe. It's this genuine whoa moment of respect, and you can feel his perspective just shifting right there.
So what's his helpful role in this whole intense medical procedure? Well, he becomes a human stand for the machine parts and starts announcing the milk levels like he's calling a cricket match. It's the perfect picture of a dad trying so hard to help, but being completely hilariously useless. Okay, so from that very personal, very intimate struggle at home, Gaurav zooms way out to talk about something way bigger, and honestly, maybe even more absurd, the whole business of being born. He finds out pretty quick that you don't just go to a hospital to have a baby anymore. No, you choose a delivery package. It's like booking a vacation. Are you going for the basic 2-night stay, or do you upgrade to the all-inclusive Baby Moon Resort experience? And the options are pretty wild. You've got your deluxe package, which is kind of like flying economy. You get there, but you might have to wait for service. But then there's the luxury package, and that's less about having a baby and more about having a 5-star hotel experience.
I mean, just listen to the perks in the luxury tier. A garden view suite, separate rooms for your family, balloon decorations, a professional car decoration, a newborn photo shoot, and to top it all off, a candlelight dinner for the parents. It's unbelievable. It's a resort that just happens to have a delivery room. So at this point, Gaurav is just completely lost. They've sold him on the view, the decorations, the romantic dinner, and he's left asking the most basic and also the most important question. Excuse me, is there actually a doctor here?
And just when you think it cannot possibly get any crazier, the hospital hits them with the final upsell. They ask if they want to schedule a C-section for a muhurat, an astrologically lucky time. It is the most perfect, bizarre collision of modern medicine and ancient superstition you can imagine. All right, so they survived the hospital hustle. They finally get to bring their baby home, and that, my friends, is when the real chaos begins.
You gotta picture this scene. There are 6 adults in the room, all staring down at this one tiny baby, and not a single one of them has a clue what to do next. It's just pure panic, which leads them to a very 21st century solution: call for backup.
And their backup is what's called a japa. But as Gaurav explains it, this is not a nanny. Oh no. This is a senior-level project manager for newborns. This is a seasoned pro, a special forces operator, who comes in and just takes over the whole operation with terrifying efficiency. So this leads us to the final brilliant observation. What do you do when the baby just will not stop crying? You've tried all the toys, you've sung all the songs, nothing is working. Well, in their house, the solution turned out to be something unexpected. That's right. The secret to calming the baby down is the crinkling sound of a chewing tobacco packet, thanks to the Japa's little habit. It's hilarious, it's a little unsettling, but it leaves you with this amazing final thought. What other, totally random, completely bizarre things are shaping who we become, right from day one?